Good morning and welcome to the 2020 graduating exercises for the Academy for Classical Education.
Today we are celebrating our wonderful graduating class of 2020, but before I applaud their work over the years, I want to thank the parents of these students. You have worked tirelessly to support your children to this point, and I know this will continue, but please accept our thanks for all that you have done for them, and because of them, for us. You are truly appreciated. I want to thank all of the ACE teachers who have played a role in getting the seniors here today. Seniors, you may or may not have been taught by many of these teachers, but in a school like ACE, we are all one school and your success is everyone's success. I want to thank Ms. Stokes, who has coordinated this event in spite of all the obstacles so that we could have a semblance of a formal graduation ceremony on the day we planned this a year ago, just to celebrate all of you together before you go off your respective ways. I want to thank Governing Board Chair Whit Gaither for being with us today and for the feedback and guidance he and our governing board provide throughout the year, enabling ACE to be a thriving educational environment. But I especially want to thank Judge Colvin for being here today. Many of you should remember when Judge Colvin visited us 2 years ago. Her message was timeless then, and I knew she would be inspiring for you today. Judge Colvin's work here in Macon was recognized by our governor, and he has appointed Judge Colvin to the Georgia Court of Appeals, yet she still took the time to be here today to wish you well. These are strange times, and I truly appreciate you, Judge, taking the time to be with us. Before I begin my comments to you seniors, I want to give you a piece of driving advice. As you're driving your car, please remember to look through the front window. Did you hear me? The front window. I can't help but recall that first year with you out in the Griffin Gables. I saw a picture of your group recently, and I had to stop and travel down memory lane, remembering many of you as very young 7th graders. You came from all parts of the county and kept us on our toes that first year. Well, actually, you've kept us on our toes every year. Some of you joined us later, and you too have kept us on our toes. We have all been challenged this year, and I know that you, more than we, feel this challenge to your core. As hard as it may be to believe, we have also been given an opportunity to learn a life lesson because of all that has occurred. I can only hope that you will one day understand the importance of that lesson, because at times life is not fair. Life is unpredictable. Many times life is not easy. So many young people never really understand this reality, and when life is not fair, it's unpredictable or hard, they have no understanding of the resources within them to meet the challenge. You have that resource because you have worked hard in many situations, including school, to dig down deep and find that inner drive to continue. Many young people never have an understanding of the events of the past and how they guide and inform us today. They allow themselves to be overcome, even self-pitying about things that occur, not realizing that the sun will come up tomorrow. As ACE scholars, you have been able to study history and literature inextricably intertwined at the hands of master teachers, and have seen over and over that tragedies happen and people rise above them and move forward successfully. Those who have not studied history as you have are lacking a most basic understanding of life because they don't have the perspective that you have. They may think that this pandemic is the end of life as we know it, that nothing will ever be the same, that their life has been irredeemably changed for the worse. But you know better. England was changed forever by the Battle of Hastings. The signing of the Magna Carta limited the power of the crown. England saw the plague sweep through it in 1346 and lost a quarter of its people. In 1863, the Battle of Gettysburg was fought in America, and over 50,000 lives were lost, leading to a new way of life for all people in the South and the North. 138 years later, 9/11 occurred, and again, life was changed. The United States and many countries have survived wars, plagues, and pandemics, but always we find a way not only to survive, but to thrive, and you will too. This is why it is so important to be prepared for whatever life throws your way, to always have a plan and a backup plan for your plan, but then you know that. John Lennon once included this quote in a song, "Life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans." Very true, wouldn't you say? I think this time in our lives has taught us that sometimes we can plan and plan and plan, and then, oops, life takes us somewhere else. So in our planning, we must be intellectually nimble. Today we are being nimble. We're here to celebrate you in a very non-traditional way, but we will celebrate you nonetheless. You have all grown into incredible young women and men. You have worked hard in the classrooms, in the art rooms, music rooms, and playing fields. You have developed ambitions, ideas, philosophies, and ideologies. One of the many qualities I've enjoyed about you is your idealism. You have learned to question inequity, to express your ideas and opinions using facts to support your claims. As I said last year to the seniors, and I say it again to you, when I look at ACE seniors, I feel a great pride in knowing that the high school education you have received is well earned, but even more, you will walk away from ACE with the academic tools you need to do whatever you decide to do, regardless of what life throws your way. I do not worry that your reading skills are limited or that you don't understand math, because you do. But even more, you are not easily led. You don't buy media hype because you know it's just that, media hype. You understand how to parse ideas and separate the proverbial chaff from the wheat. You're level-headed, and I believe have worked through the drama of life so that you can face future challenges clear-eyed. You will all be going in different directions after today, both in reality and metaphorically. Some to the workforce, several to the military, and many to college. I will always hope that one of the many lessons you take from your time with us is the understanding that hard work and determination will produce positive results. So please work hard at whatever you choose to do. Before I end, I want to say congratulations to the class of 2020 as a group. You have achieved a legitimate 100% graduation rate. As an educator, I have recognized in the past, over the years, helping seniors make it to the end became for many of us an unwieldy task. Schools offered credit recovery, credit repair, attendance repair, and a host of other options to help seniors get the credits they needed to graduate. As a high school principal, my biggest fear was that a student might earn the credit but have no concept of what they were supposed to know. I can say without hesitation that you have learned the material, earned the credit, and legitimately earned your high school diploma. And I am so proud to sign that diploma. So I will close my remarks by reminding you that when we opened in 2014, we wanted ACE to be the change we thought was needed in education. And while I know we can't change everyone, we can impact the world by doing the right thing. You've heard that before, haven't you? Always be smarter today than you were yesterday. Sound familiar? Work with diligence and honor, because when you do, the results are so gratifying. Respect yourself and those with whom you interact, because what goes around comes around. Seek truth, goodness, and beauty, because it makes life worth living. Oh, and the advice I gave you initially about looking through the front window when you drive, that's again metaphorical. Life is not meant to be lived by looking behind you. Look ahead. Plan for the life you want to live. Leave the past in the past, and again, always be the best version of yourself. Congratulations, class of 2020.
The salutatorian of a class is the student who has reached the second highest level of achievement when grades from all academic courses have been averaged together. Far beyond her academic ability, our class of 2020 salutatorian is a young lady with an extremely strong work ethic. She is a dedicated scholar who follows through with all obligations and is determined to approach everything with determination and joy. Yes, joy. One never sees this young lady that she does not have a beautiful smile on her face. She is kind to others, a bright light, and a great model of an ACE scholar, because of her attitude as well as her aptitude. Having earned an overall GPA of 102.42, this scholar is well deserving of this honor. Our salutatorian will be matriculating to Georgia Tech in the fall of this year, and the Yellow Jackets have gotten an amazing individual who will do as well there as she has done at ACE. She will truly be missed in the halls of ACE. The ACE salutatorian receives a $300 gift, wears the gold salutatorian stole, has her senior portrait displayed at ACE, and receives the Griffin Salutatorian Trophy. It is my privilege and honor to recognize the 2020 ACE Salutatorian, Miss Antonia Kopp. Congratulations.
Thank you. The valedictorian of a class is a student who has reached the highest level of achievement when grades from all academic courses have been averaged together. How fortunate ACE is to have students like this young woman at ACE. Quiet, humble, quick to smile, and willing to help her peers in any way. The valedictorian for ACE for the class of 2020 earned an overall GPA of 102.44, having taken the most rigorous courses offered at ACE. Like our salutatorian, our valedictorian has worked extremely hard to achieve this honor, never being concerned about the amount of work, the hours it took to achieve, or the social interactions she might miss. She has worked diligently over the years to command this honor. This scholar will take her skills and intellect to the University of Georgia, where she will be equally successful. The ACE valedictorian receives a $500 gift, wears the gold valedictorian stole, and has her senior portrait displayed at ACE, and receives the Griffin Valedictorian Trophy. It is my privilege and honor to recognize the 2020 ACE valedictorian, Miss Jessica Gu. Congratulations.
Thank you. You will never see. I'll be leaving my mark. The leaves goes carved in the tree. You wait and see. Maybe I'll write like twinkles. Maybe I'll paint like Van Gogh. Cure the common cold. I don't know, but I'm ready to start. 'Cause I know in my heart I wanna do something that matters. Say something different, something that sets the whole world on its ear. I wanna do something better with the time that I'm given, and I wanna try to touch a few hearts in this life, leave nothing less than something that says I was here. I will prove you wrong. If you think I'm so talking for the shock, 'cause the truth's too strong and for too long. Maybe I'll compose symphonies. Maybe I'll fight for world peace. 'Cause I know it's my destiny to be more than a trace of myself in this place. I wanna do something that matters. Say something different, something that sets the whole world on its ear. I wanna do something better with the time that I'm given, and I wanna try to touch a few hearts in this life, leave nothing less, something that says I was here. Sets the whole world on its ear. I wanna do something better with the time that was given, and I wanna do more than just talk through this life. Be nothing less than something that says, I was here. I was here. I was here.
Good morning, and congratulations to the 2020 graduates of the Academy for Classical Education. This is a monumental occasion. Today is your graduation day after 12 long and difficult years. You are to be commended, and you should be excited about today, and that you have accomplished all of this to get to this monumental day. I want to start by acknowledging all that you've lost during this pandemic. Your spring athletic season, spring break, the prom, your summer, but most importantly, spending that last semester really relishing all that it means to be a senior, having fun, getting to those last laughs with your classmates and even some of your favorite teachers. I will be the first to acknowledge that those precious times were eclipsed by COVID-19, but you can move past this period of time and venture into a wonderful future that in many ways will have more possibilities than ever before. I want to leave you with 3 nuggets of thought as you venture to the next chapter of your life. These principles should not only guide you through the next 4 or 5 years of your journey, but they should be your principles that you live by throughout your life. First, pursue your passion with purpose. Each of you have dreams. You have goals right now that you want to pursue. That field, that thing, that topic, that work that makes you feel alive and excited, that makes you say, this is what I was born to do. This is what I was meant to be. These should be the ideas and the plans that you have drawn to and feel strongly about. I understand many of you are planning on attending one of the hallmark colleges or universities in our great state of Georgia. Some of you are venturing to neighboring states, such as South Carolina and Florida. And even a few of you are going as far away as Texas. Still, there are within your class those who will serve their country through their enlistment in the United States Marine Corps and Navy. And finally, one among you who returned home to Italy. The dreams and the goals you have must be pursued with passion. It has been said, and I quote, "Nothing is as important as passion. No matter what you want to do with your life, be passionate." I truly believe that statement. Why, you ask, must you be passionate? If you're not passionate enough from the start, you'll never stick it out. If you're not passionate, you won't be inspired, and you will never inspire others. No matter what you want to do with your life, be passionate. You must be passionate in pursuing your dreams and your goals to stay committed along the journey. Pursuing your passion with purpose will enable you to stay the course, never giving in or giving up. Purpose is important to recognizing why you are here on this earth. Finding and fulfilling your purpose ensures that you refrain from living a small life, but instead you maximize your life with passion. Remember, commitment is the hallmark of any passionate and successful dreamer. Commitment outlasts temporary setbacks, occasional pitfalls, and haters. You must begin at this very moment to decide what is that thing that you are meant to do, and then pursue your dreams, pursue your goals with passion and with purpose. Now remember, along the journey, there will be difficult times. There will be some easy outs you can take to give up on the dream, defer the goal, and settle. Don't go for the easy outs. Always take the harder right. Following your passion is always a win. Your commitment will reap rewards. Your commitment will cause you to excel and surpass others who will leave the road of commitment for easy street. However, remember this: anything that's easy isn't worth having. If it's easy, then everybody is doing it. You are an original, uniquely gifted to do a certain task, to accomplish a certain dream or goal. Never for 1 minute doubt that. Don't stop until you achieve your goals. Be that uniquely endowed person you were created to be, and pursue your passion with purpose, and you will always be a success. Second, Remember that service is the rent you pay for your space here on earth. This principle, this life principle, is one that you need to incorporate in your personal journey as you pursue your passion with purpose. To be truly successful in life, you must recognize the need to serve others. The measure of a life, after all, is not its duration, but its donation. Contributing to others allows you to stay grounded and recognize that there are needs in your community and in the world which are greater than your own personal discomfort. Remember, as you seek to serve, broaden your life by engaging with people, cultures, and philosophies and beliefs that are totally opposite of your own and those in your world. You can only truly be a servant leader when you expand your world to include those who look differently than you, whose experiences are completely different from your own. There are people throughout the world and in our very own country whose daily existence is simply surviving to the next day. Thriving and upward mobility is a luxury they not dare dream of. If you will serve others in some capacity, even as you pursue your passions purposely, not only will you ensure that our society becomes a better place where we acknowledge every person, but you will help our society become more balanced in so many ways. Even more importantly, you will become a better person because you will be equipped and able to move outside of your comfort zone. Serving others does not start after you have pursued your passion and obtained personal success. Service starts right now, at this very moment that you are being molded and on your own path. Service starts even when you have very little. In every stage of your life, vow that you will serve others in some capacity, not for yourself, but for the betterment of others, for the progression of our society, and for the love of mankind. My own quote that I created to capture my commitment to service is as follows: I may not be able to do everything, but the fact that I can't do everything won't stop me from doing something, because doing nothing is not an option. True success is never gained by those who travel through life with closed fists. Those who do so can never gain more than they have. Their lives become limited and stifled. Those who are truly successful as they pursue their passion have open hands, ready to give more than they receive. And as a result, they gain more than they ever could have imagined. As you pursue your passions, give back, serve others. When you serve others, you will find that that is when you truly see the beauty of this world and understand that we are all bound together in the human race. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, be authentically you, because you are an original. Our world and our society sends messages to each of us to follow the crowd. Refrain from being bold. Refrain from being different. My challenge to you as you embark on this next phase of your lives is to be authentically who you are as you pursue your passion with purpose while being committed to service. This next phase of your journey will be crucial in discovering yourself and solidifying the core beliefs that make you who you are. If you fail to truly embrace your own identity, your core being, you will go through life being an imitator, only second best. The only way you can do your best and be your best is be who you are made to be, yourself. Each of you are uniquely created and original. This is because each and every one of you have a special purpose on this earth. There is something you're meant to be, someone who you've meant to touch along your life's journey. If you deny yourself and this world of your authentic true self because you're trying to fit into a mold others designed for you, you will never, ever fulfill your purpose. You will live a life of mediocrity, an imitation of a life well lived. But more tragically, you will deprive our community and our society of the gift of you and the contributions you are meant to make during your life for the betterment of this world. The reality is, success, true success, demands that you be authentically you. People gravitate toward authenticity. People who are real and unabashedly themselves are always successful. I continue to believe that all the missing pieces we see in our world are the combined deficits from those who were not true to themselves, who failed to be who they were designed to be and do what they were designed to do, because they decided to let others dictate their life's purpose. The person who forgoes being a scientist because others say it's too hard or it takes too long to get that PhD fails to ever become the scientist who discovers a cure for lupus. Or the person who is meant to lead organizations, communities, or nations into a better tomorrow, but they forego that huge arena of influence because others tell them they don't come from the right family. They don't have the pedigree to succeed on the world stage. That person who failed to be authentic then leaves a community, a nation, struggling for decades because they had no leader with vision. You are worthy, and you must always know that you have what it takes to succeed. You are an original that can never be duplicated nor imitated. So why would you ever conform to become who and what others dictate? Always remember this: in your imperfection, you are perfectly made. You are destined for greatness because you are armed with the knowledge that pursuing your purpose with passion while serving others is the vehicle for being authentically you. Class of 2020, you are unlike any other graduating class we've known. You have the personal experience to know that life as we know it can change in the blink of an eye. You are fully aware that tragedy is real. However, unlike any other graduating class before you, you have come to know without a doubt that you are capable of forging forward through the worst of times. You fully realize the task before you. More than any graduating class, you know that there is much for you to do and be to bring us collectively to a more secure place within the world. In many ways, your community envies you. You have the wind against your back, pushing you, calling you, begging you to step into greatness, to provide what we need to forge ahead as a country. The sky is the limit if you're committed to being authentically true to who you are while purposely pursuing your passion, remembering all the while that service is the true hallmark of success. Our world needs you more now than ever. The need is as great as any turning point in America's history. We need your collective guidance and the wisdom you will obtain to lead us to a more cohesive union, socially, morally, and ethically. ACE graduates, I now release you to be great and do great things. Thank you, and again, congratulations.
Greetings, fellow classmates, ACE faculty and staff, family and friends. Thank you for joining us in celebration of this year's graduates, and thank you for being a part of the class of 2020's journey throughout the years. I have learned that in life, sometimes the most difficult parts of any journey are the beginning and the end. For all of us, no matter what grade we were in when we started at ACE, the decision to attend presented a monumental change. A change in school, a change in teachers, and a change in classmates. Speaking for myself, I know the transition wasn't always easy, but any goal worth pursuing requires perseverance, and persevere we did, because now our time at ACE, whether it has been 6 years or 1 year, is rapidly coming to an end. Of course, this is not the end to our senior year or career at ACE we had envisioned. So it is understandable if this particular conclusion to our time together is especially painful. While a journey's beginning and end can be the hardest to face, we must remember it is often the middle part that is most memorable. In no way do these last 2 months define our chapters at ACE, nor should we let them. Ever since each of us set foot on ACE's campus, we have contributed to a wonderful story, the tale of our time together. I love how William Shakespeare put it, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. I think we can all agree that over the years at ACE, there have been some interesting players, some grand entrances, and some premature and heartbreaking exits. The story that connects us is a multifaceted one. There does not exist a single narrative. The perspectives belonging to us students, our families, teachers, and coaches are only half of it. To find the other half of the story of the class of 2020, we must listen to unexpected voices. If the blueprints of ACE could talk, they would tell of a project that grew and developed along with us. As a class, we started in the Gables, and I can still hear the echoes of Mrs. Tudson calling out, "You goobers." As the school building emerged year by year, we matured too. Of course, ACE is not done growing, and neither are we. If the halls could talk, they would tell of the many thousands of steps we have taken in between classes and of the many traffic jams we have endured. Let me assure you, Atlanta traffic has nothing on Ace Hall traffic. If the athletic fields, courts, swimming pools, race courses, and gyms could talk, they would tell of extraordinary dedication by our student athletes, coaches, and spectators. Long practices and tough games after even longer and tougher days of school. Our teams faced trials, of course, but just as often we found triumph, even picking up a soccer and cross-country state championship title along the way, always with our fans at our backs. If the student parking lot could talk, it would tell of our excitement and eagerness as we became drivers. It would tell of all the times we dashed to our cars through downpours, or maybe all the times we dashed to the gym door in the morning to avoid getting a tardy slip from Mrs. Lumpkin. If the instruments, sheet music, art supplies, and theater props could talk, they would tell of the beautiful performances and masterpieces created by our talented peers. If the classrooms and offices of ACE could talk, they would tell of the early morning and late night hours put in by our incredible faculty and staff. We cannot thank them enough for everything they have done for us. Who will ever forget the science experiments, the field trips near and far, the class activities, the tutoring sessions, or the class potlucks? Our teachers' tireless efforts to prepare and execute lessons, and the faculty and staff's devotion to ensuring the smooth running of ACE were critical to our educational success. If our textbooks could talk, they would tell of our own tireless efforts and our own late nights going on early mornings as well. Learning to outline is like learning to ride a bike, I suppose. There are crashes in the beginning, just as there were dirts and reading checks failed, but you get better with time, and you never forget the skill in your whole life. If our alarms in the morning could talk, they would certainly tell of all the times we hit snooze one too many times, and for that, thank goodness the speed limit signs can't talk. If the ACE Pond could talk, it would tell of the very first homecoming party in our school history. It would also tell of all the times we were lucky enough to take our classroom discussions into the great outdoors and take advantage of the outside classroom. If the Tooth Fairy could talk, it would be old news, because as we all know, we received our daily tooth reports from Mrs. Perkins every morning over the intercom. If our phones could talk, though never between 7:45 and 3:15, they would tell of all the times we found solace in our friends. Only a text away, our friends were there, supporting us, listening to our rants, helping us study, and telling us we've got it. If our caps and gowns could talk, they would tell of the many years, not just the ones we spent at ACE, leading up to this special moment in our lives, and they would tell of the exciting future that stands before each of us. Finally, and most importantly, if our hearts could talk, they would thank our families, our friends, our teachers and coaches for making this journey worthwhile. I know I want to thank my family, my mom, my dad, and my brothers for always supporting me in all my endeavors. I want to thank my friends and classmates for all the laughs, jokes, and memories. And I want to thank each and every one of my teachers. I am so grateful I was your student. Of course, these are not the only objects that would add to the class of 2020 story if they could talk. Nor is that everyone we would want to thank. There are hundreds of other voices that add to our narrative, including each of our own. Together, our stories combine to tell a most wonderful tale about us, the class of 2020. So go forth, friends, tell the world your story, start a new chapter in your lives, persevere through the challenges, and revel in the triumphs. Congratulations, ACE Class of 2020. We did it.
Greetings, teachers, administrators, family, friends, and classmates. I'd like to welcome you all to the Academy for Classical Education's Class of 2020 graduation. Before I begin, I'd just like to offer my sincere thanks to those who have helped me reach this point. There are far too many people to acknowledge individually, but they all deserve recognition and appreciation. My teachers, for their guidance and the hours of effort they put in every day to planning lessons and motivating us to learn. My family, for their unconditional love and belief in me. My friends, for their ability to make me laugh and smile on even the worst of days. And the administrators, for their hard work in building the school that I am proud to graduate from. It is no exaggeration to say that it would not have been possible for me to stand here today without their care and support. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything. Now, I don't know about any of you, but I remember my nervousness and anticipation on that very first day of high school. I had organized all my school supplies, double-checked my summer work, memorized my schedule, I was ready for the start of my high school career. Everything was going to be perfect. My first lesson of high school, things don't always go the way you expected. By 3:45 p.m., I had managed to walk into 3 different wrong rooms trying to find all of my classes. It was embarrassing, but life continued on, and so did we. Freshmen to sophomores to juniors to seniors. We've grown and matured, made great memories, reached important milestones, laughed at far too many stupid inside jokes, had major accomplishments, encountered difficulties, learned life lessons, and became young adults ready to face our futures and take on the world. Whether you came to ACE in 2014 or 2019, you've worked hard to grow into the person you are today. I know that this isn't the senior year you may have dreamt of. Many of you had to miss out on celebrations, senior sports, and important events, and it can be discouraging. Mourn the loss of your senior year opportunities, but don't let them stop you from seeking new ones. There's a great quote from Malcolm X that I always remember during hard times. There is no better than adversity. Every defeat, every heartbreak, every loss contains its own seed, its own lesson on how to improve your performance the next time. This is not the first obstacle you've had to face in your life, and it certainly won't be the last. You will overcome this problem as you have the ones in the past and as you will the ones in the future. And when the dust finally settles, I hope you'll be able to look back on these days, not simply as a time of loss, but also as an important lesson and a reminder to live your life to the fullest and leave no regrets behind, to keep your loved ones close and tell them how much you care, to be kind and help your fellow man when they're struggling, to stand tall when the rest of the world insists on knocking you down. We're moving on to the next stage of our lives. For some of us, that's going to college. For others, it's joining the military or working a job. But for everyone, it can feel exciting and confusing and terrifying and new all at the same time. There may be moments when you feel lost or unsure of where to go next or the correct direction to take. There may be moments when your plans don't work out the way you wanted them to. No matter what you may choose to do, no matter how many obstacles life throws your way, no matter how many times your plans may change, I have full confidence that this class will be ready for the future. We can and will succeed. Just take a look at us now. We've made it here, from the first day of high school to the last, and it's an absolute honor to graduate with all of you. Here's to us, ACE Class of 2020. We did it.
As principal of the Academy for Classical Education, I have the honor to present to you the Class of 2020. I certify that these young ladies and these young gentlemen have met all attendance requirements and Carnegie Unit requirements required by the state of Georgia and the Academy for Classical Education. I hereby petition the governing board chairman to confirm that these young ladies and young gentlemen are 2020 graduates of the Academy for Classical Education.
As chairman of the governing board of the Academy for Classical Education, I certify that these young ladies and young gentlemen have completed the requirements prescribed by the Georgia Department of Education and the Academy for Classical Education, and now confirm you as graduates.
Patria Janari Bacon, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Aubrey Rebecca Bloodworth, summa cum laude, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Noah Brian Bridges, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Taja Janice Brisby, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Billy Wade Cheek IV, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Ethan Yunsuk Choi, summa cum laude, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Hannah Christine Cooper, ACE Diploma with Distinction. Aaron Michael Decker. Jaden Aaron Dooley, ACE Diploma with distinction. Michael Davis Durden, summa cum laude, ACE Diploma with distinction. Zoe Alexandra Economides, summa cum laude, ACE Diploma with distinction. Sophie Kate Etheridge, summa cum laude, ACE Diploma with distinction. Cheyenne Nicole Fordham. Samuel Thomas Forsyth, summa cum laude, ACE Diploma with distinction. James Kenneth Fraley, cum laude, ACE Diploma with distinction. Ryan Christopher Frischkorn, ACE Diploma with distinction. Jose Luis Garcia Espinosa, summa cum laude, ACE Diploma with distinction. Connor Alfred Gardiner, ACE Diploma with distinction. Alex Dean Gazaffi. Cullen Trace Giddens, cum laude, ACE Diploma with distinction. Nicholas Allen Grant, ACE Diploma with distinction. Brandon Michael Groover, ACE Diploma with distinction. Jessica Gu, valedictorian, ACE Diploma with distinction. Samuel Robert Haig, ACE Diploma with distinction. Emily Grace Harrelson, ACE Diploma with distinction. Savannah Grace Harper, ACE Diploma with distinction. Jason Jermaine Hawkins, summa cum laude, ACE Diploma with distinction. Rima Mohammed Hazama, summa cum laude, ACE Diploma with distinction. Amanda Lynn Higdon, ACE Diploma with distinction. Michael Jacob Higdon, summa cum laude, Ace Diploma with distinction. Sophia Diane Holland, Ace Diploma with distinction. Ryan Neal Hopkins. Cameron Sawyer Howd, summa cum laude, Ace Diploma with distinction. Alexia Chanel Houston, Ace Diploma with distinction. Dawson Clark Jennings, Ace Diploma with distinction. Brenton Earl Johnson. Kendall Patrick Joyner, Ace Diploma with distinction. Gavin Giovanni Juarez, Ace Diploma with distinction. Antonia Mary Kopp, salutatorian, Ace Diploma with distinction. John Ward Lamb, summa cum laude, Ace Diploma with distinction. Luke Benjamin Ledden. Chasen Powell Lewis. Cole Daniel Lundy Caputo, summa cum laude, Ace Diploma with distinction. Caitlin Brooke Maddox, Ace Diploma with distinction. Yumi Anaya Martinez Sung, Ace Diploma with distinction. Devin Shamar Mason, Ace Diploma with distinction. Mary Claire Minshew, summa cum laude, Ace Diploma with distinction. Anicia Promise Merville, Ace Diploma with distinction. Jonathan Zachary Nuhu. Ana Nwabueze, Ace Diploma with distinction. Joseph Benjamin Obanoff. Ethan Ford Palmer, Ace Diploma with distinction. Isha Vinod Patel, Ace Diploma with distinction. Nabor Kanube Patel, summa cum laude, Ace Diploma with distinction. Michaela Pellegrini, Ace Diploma with distinction. Alexandria Alyssa Prince, cum laude, Ace Diploma with distinction. Hina Qureshi, summa cum laude, Ace Diploma with distinction. Casey Jordan Richardson. Dulan Enrique Rios Lopez, Ace Diploma with distinction. Sharif Kalfani Robbins Brinson, Ace Diploma with distinction. Zarina Marquez Rondina, Ace Diploma with distinction. Nakisha Emily Salebu. Chloe Virginia Saxton, summa cum laude, Ace Diploma with distinction. Casey Joseph Seymour, Ace Diploma with distinction. Tamaya Kiasia Smith, Ace Diploma with distinction. Anna Louise Steelman, summa cum laude, Ace Diploma with distinction. Sadie Anna Eliza Stokes, summa cum laude, Ace Diploma with distinction. Camelia Ashley Thompson. Parker Lanier Tolbert, summa cum laude, Ace Diploma with distinction. Traven Xavier Toomer, ACE Diploma with distinction. Benjamin Thomas Trofmuck, ACE Diploma with distinction. Lisbeth Valencia Quesada, ACE Diploma with distinction. Congratulations. Duncan Thomas Waller, ACE Diploma with distinction. Allie Miriam Wilson, summa cum laude, ACE Diploma with distinction. Sarah Elizabeth Winters, summa cum laude, ACE Diploma with distinction. Anthony Y. Wu, ACE Diploma with distinction. Blair Elizabeth Yats, summa cum laude, ACE Diploma with distinction. Amy Monica Yoon, summa cum laude, ACE Diploma with distinction. Benedetta Favela, foreign exchange student, Italy. Congratulations to the Academy of Classical Education's class of 2020, the second graduating class in ACE history.